Hey ladies and gentlemen, I am the Seven Swords, and we are back in Skyrim at the Clockwork Castle. Um, so I said I was going to read those journals at the end of the last one. They're a lot longer than I gave them credit for. Um, I also tried to record this episode already once and had a crash. Turned out I had too much recording saved up. I'm really far ahead of YouTube right now. I just uploaded episode 11, and I'm pretty sure this is like episode 18 or episode 19. Um, but I'm really enjoying this and having a lot of fun. So I'm gonna stick the three journals in here. I'm gonna put the fourth journal with it when we find it. There is a fourth journal. Um, but I'm going to stick the three journals in here, and then we'll read through them as we get the chance. But um, she did find. Ooh, I forgot to pick up this gold. She did find a key when she found that last book. It happens to be in the last book's pages, and it goes to this wardrobe. So um, we're going to open it up and head inside. Hopefully the game doesn't crash again, because this is about where it crashed. Um, but yeah, the place is an absolute mess, but we're going to take a look around. Um, it's like a little private study hidden away from the world. There's a wardrobe here, which obviously they didn't know about this, because if they had known about this, shoulder cape. Interesting. Gold. We don't need that stuff. And I think we have found Ludwig. We're going to take the book, and we're going to take the healing potions. I don't really need the cure disease potion, but I'm going to take it anyways. And then we're going to go try to find the people, and we're going to find out that, well, she's already here.
What are you doing?
Um, I found a corpse.
That must be Ludwig. He used to live here with us. I had not spoken to him for a long time. I suppose he must have died in there.
How? Why is he still in here? Like, why didn't you take care of this before? Did you not know about this room?
I forgot about death. It was a long time ago for me.
You you forgot about death? I guess that makes you don't
I
die?
am nearly 4,000 years old. For me, time is difficult. Men and Mer are victims of time, whereas I turn for a moment to ponder, and when I turn back, you're all dead.
Okay, interesting. Uh, what about Ludwig?
Towards the end, Ludwig shut himself away and would see no one. Items such as food and books were sent up using the pneumatic tube system. For a time, Lahar continued to deliver his food, and the food was eaten. I believe now that the vermin began to eat the food once Ludwig stopped.
Uh, what now? We shouldn't leave his body in here. It's not respectful for the
And
deceased.
taking is Lahar's sole interest. You should ask him.
Sure.
You're still
Um,
here.
the steam pipeline's broken, and it's causing house, and it makes the travel machine not
I
work.
see.
And so the travel machine won't work. I can't leave.
Yes. Then you can stay.
I stay here in the
It is
castle.
simple. You are trapped here, therefore you cannot leave here. Therefore you must live here.
Ludwig said if to ask you for the key to the mausoleum. I need to go down there.
Yes, I had him give me the key. Lahar can be simple. If he had decided to go back down there and try to fix the pipeline again, he might not have returned.
Can I have the key, please?
You wish to try to fix the pipeline yourself. Very well. Here.
Um, can I ask you some questions? I asked Lahar some questions, but he didn't really give me much
I
answers.
may have answers.
Um, can you explain what you guys are? I'm confused.
I am a machine of bone and metal.
Bone. So you're part of the undead?
I am a machine. I am made of bone and metal.
Oh, okay. Um, are you of the are you of the Dwimer? I've heard a little bit about them from a friend of mine.
Somewhat.
Can you tell me something of the Dwimer then? Like, can you help me answer some questions about them?
Very well. Abactu markikt you a thumbs amakai. The abactu vadod kagortium kikthimsa.
I sorry, I don't understand.
No, you wouldn't.
I okay. Um, I don't think she'd ask this because I think that she's kind of forgotten about the ghost. Not that the drug ghost wasn't a traumatic experience, but she doesn't like all of this going on has got her head spinning, so she's not super coherent about her thoughts right now. Lahar mentioned his brothers and sisters.
We are the gilded. He means the rest of our kind, down in Erndural. Though we may all look the same, we are not.
Uh, what do you mean? What's different about you?
3 children wrote their names upon the world. The first gouged it into the dirt. The second carved into the flesh of a tree. The third chipped into solid stone. Thus they recorded their memory upon the world. The first child's name was washed away with the first rain. The second child's name grew and distorted with the tree until it died. The memory survives, but twisted almost beyond recognition. The third child's name remains unchanged for as long as the stone endures. The gilded down below are the first children. Lahar is a second child. I am the third.
Okay, I think that kind of makes sense. So basically, to explain what she just told us, let's see. Before we do that, real quick, um, I don't think she needs to ask this. I might ask this at the end of the quest because just to see what her answer is, just to have that in here. But I don't think Sarah would ask this. We're gonna actually I'm gonna go ahead and do it now because I don't know if this ever disappears. I don't think Sarah would bother asking because I think she understands this place is very isolated and well, we just found um, the only other person, Ludwig, who was the only part of the person who lived here. Um, but we might get some information from this.
Oakwood Castle has been cut off from the outside world for well over 100 years. Until you came along, that is. Of course, the destruction left in your wake means that once again, no one is going to find this place.
Okay, so yeah, she pretty much said what Sarah was guessing, that this place was been cut off and that people aren't going to be coming here. It makes it pretty useful that it makes this place pretty useful if she can find a way to get back to Skyrim without connecting Skyrim to this place, and we'll talk about that more when she gets to that point. Um, these other two aren't really
Very well.
point right now.
Are we
We
finished?
might ask her about the ghost later, but because we're not going to leave, we're not. We got the key, but we're not going to be going down into the um, mausoleum just yet. We will be traveling down there relatively soon. Um, I also don't know if I showed off the bathroom in here. So we have this door which leads to the study, and then we have a little restroom room. We have another book which I'm going to go ahead and pick up because we got to go get our stuff before we head down to the mausoleum, anyways. Um, we also have a bathtub, which is really nice. We have a boiler. Like, I really like how this is done because it's like, okay, Skyrim doesn't have any of this, but it would make sense that Ludwig could have invented all this stuff using Dwimer tech, so it's really cool. Um, I really like it. I think it's really interesting. Not to mention, Sarah is probably like, she feels like she's a little bit blown away by all this. She's gonna go ahead and close this wardrobe. um, just so that it's not letting any of the smell or anything like that out. I don't know if it would still smell since the corpse has been there for so long. I don't know how long it would take for it to stop smelling. We could take the fine clothes, but we're going to leave them there for now. We are going to be going around and collecting. Like I said, I am going to go around and collecting all the books and stuff and just putting stuff away. Um, I like the fact that it's all sitting out, but I think Sarah would be more of like wanting to get it all categorized so that she can figure out what all she has. And then we can go ahead and talk to Lahar.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Um, yeah, there's some work about the castle I'd like you to
What
do.
needs to be done?
Um, can you do something about Ludwig's body? I found it in the wardrobe up in the master bedroom. Um, he's now dead. Is there, like, can we entomb him in the mausoleum or something?
Ludwig is dead. That is a terrible shame. I shall remove his body and place it in the mausoleum. Once it is unlocked, I shall also clean the area surrounding his body. It must be very dusty by now.
I I appreciate that. Um, speaking of which, I, I'd like the place to start feeling more comfortable for myself, and the cobwebs aren't really helping. Can you
Very
clean those up?
well. I shall clear them away.
Uh, thanks. Um, also, the wallpaper in here, it seems to be like peeling off the walls. Is there any repairs that can be done for that? I just want the place to feel more comfortable. It kind of feels decaying right now, and I want to feel more awake and alive.
Certainly.
So I like the fact that you can choose between this, being able to tell him to let the cobwebs gather or to repair the wallpaper or not.
Of course.
It will change the visual of the building a little bit when we walk around. I usually only notice the cobwebs. I don't really see the wallpaper very much, but we might see it. Um, uh, can I talk to you about the castle?
I can show you the master bedroom, kitchen, travel room, armory, workroom, mage's study, glass garden and living quarters. I can also explain the workings of the pneumatic tube terminals around the keep. Please let me know if you would like me to show you somewhere.
Okay. Um, I've really already seen most of it, so thanks, but I appreciate it.
I hope I was some help.
You were, thank you. Um, let's see. So we're not really going to be asking Ludwig to show us around the place. I'll do some explaining. I don't really find that it's very useful. I like how he does this every once in a while. I think it's supposed to be him maintaining the building, which I think is really cool because it kind of explains why this place is not an absolute decrepit state, but it also explains why it isn't that great because it's just him keeping it, and he has no reason to desire to repair unless there's somebody here. Oh, didn't want to go to the living quarters. We're going back to the mage's quarters. I want to drop off the books that I have on me now that I don't have the journals on me, and I want to get my potions. Mostly just going to grab our healing potions and a few magicka potions. Um, all right, now that we've put all those books away, we're looking at a nice 93. I was hoping to get a little bit lower, but I find that that's not very possible with this, just because like, oh, we can go ahead and disenchant this battle axe as well since I don't need this on me. Oh, oh right, because it's okay. So we can't use this yet. It's there's a bit of problems functioning with it. We need to get the travel system up and running so he can go and grab some repair parts for it. We're gonna go ahead and put this away. Um, I can't put the sword away because it's a quest item. I do always find that annoying. I do want to check out um, this Bosmer shoulder cape. It's probably not going to be something she's going to wear constantly, but I could see this being. Can't really tell that she's wearing it. I wonder if there's somewhere with better lighting. let's see. That's the workroom. We can't go to the workroom until we get the place for hunting. Yeah, and then this one's also the same, where like you can't use this until it's been fixed. Let's see. Um, okay, here's a good spot. Okay, I think I can see the shoulder cape. I don't think she'll wear it that often. The fact that I do feel like it's not that big of a difference, but I could see her wearing it from time to time. Um, Obviously, she could also take off her backpack. She doesn't need that here. We can also go ahead and take off her arrows. Now she can feel a little bit more comfortable. I think her main plan. Let's see. Let's look and see. Do I still have the cape on? No, I do not. Let's put the cape back on. Okay, so yeah, I'm seeing it now. It's over her left shoulder. It's not bad. I think that she'll use it for like just fine wearing. I don't think that she'll have a desire to wear it while adventuring, but it's not bad. Um, we are going to go check out the Undercroft. I'm not gonna be rushing this because there's no reason to rush. She's gonna take her time because she's gonna want to be prepared. I forgot to grab my potions. I will meet you guys when we head back outside because we're gonna do a little bit exploring around the grounds before we head to the mausoleum. All right, so I made it out. I made it back outside, and I just remembered we are actually going to be moving relatively quickly. Um, I was going to take my time, but then I remembered we don't have a lot of food, and we're currently cut off from food, so we're going to be needing to move quickly. Um, so Sarah would find this kind of interesting to come over here and check this out. This is the other end of that trade route that we were talking about. Like, this would have been the part that led to Morrowind, which obviously has been long since collapsed. Um, like I said in the last episode, I said it, I think I said it while we were reading. It really sucks that the Ludwig's family. I always and getting their last name confused, so I usually just call them the Ludwig family. But I find it really interesting that the Ludwig family, like, they hit like a really bad unlucky patch where um they lost everything. We could do some poking around. I know that we might have like we have rabbits. I don't know how often they'll show up around here. So they might not be a great food source. I'm looking to see if there's any opportunity to fish, and it doesn't look like it. Um, Fishing was added after this mod was added in, I'm pretty sure, so I'm pretty sure that's why there's no fishing opportunity. I also think that, like I said before, I think it's before survival, so there wouldn't have been an actual need for food, which kind of explains why um, starving is not considered a possibility. We will fix the food situation prior to dealing with the travel machine, so we will still be trapped here, and I will take my time when we get to that point. But for now, we're going to head deeper and head into the mausoleum. Um, so here's a steam pipeline. This is the steam pipeline they're talking about. This is the one that we need to repair. Um, there is a bit to this mausoleum, not much though. The main thing that we'll notice is we have here, which this is Ludwig's mother and father, which is here. And then we notice, oh, okay. So this is actually Ludwig. It just has the fourth era. We don't really know when he passed away, so they don't really have the time, but they do have that now here. And then we go over to here and we find um, the opening into the Dwimer area. Well, actually, if you when I read through the books, I plan on reading through the books, just not right now. Um, when we read through the books, that will be part of. It will explain what's going on here. It'll explain what everything that happened and why it became Clockwork Castle. The first book we read, it just talks about him becoming a jeweler. Obviously, something more happened. Um, that is explained in the journal. Um, we keep moving though. Um, we we've got a lot of digging tools here because they were expanding when they broke into here, and I mean that's obvious. That happens a lot with Dwimer artifacts. I'm not going to be taking any of the metal ingots or anything with me because I don't want to burden myself down too much. Although it's only got one weight, I can take it with me. I will be collecting some of it. He mentioned that we can build the pipe parts with Dwimer knowledge. We need our smithing to be much higher than it currently is for that, so that's not going to be a thing. And now we head into Nathandral Hall of Elements. Now I don't know if that's a reference to the Mages College. I don't know if that's what that's part of, or if it's just part of the story. I don't know why it would be called the Hall of Elements. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll move in. So it says to repair the steam line requiring 0 out of 10 parts. That's for each repair. We have to find the parts to repair it, which are also down here. Huh. Well, here we go. What?
You know,
Hello?
sometimes.
What?
Sometimes I get to thinking. You know me. Why
Do
don't you come away? No,
I,
I won't bite. I
I,
won't bite your face.
I,
Come away with me.
I, no.
Please
Oh god.
enter Skyrim.
Oh god. I don't think this is working. Let's see. Um, my sword and new sword and I guess phenomena. There we go. That works. Huh. Not too difficult. Huh. Maybe phenomena's just overpowered? Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, that's fine. Oh yeah, we forgot to put our backpack back on. We're gonna slip our backpack back on so that we can have the extra carry weight that it provides. I forgot to go talk to Ludwig. If you talk to him about them, you can mention like, what if I kill them? I guess Sarah probably came down here thinking she'd be able to talk to them. She technically doesn't know this, but they're gonna get back up. These enemies don't die. They just keep resurrecting. And there's no way to really. I found some ways to get rid of them permanently using different spells, but I don't think I have any of the spells that I would need to do that on me. So they are going to come back. It takes them a bit, but they don't come back very quickly. Phenomenon is a pretty strong spell against them, so that's going to help us. But we are going to have to deal with the fact that they're not going to stay dead for very long. They're eventually going to get back up and be a problem again. Um, there are several of them down here, but we're not going to be able. We're not going to have to worry too much about it as far as I'm considered. Yay, an expert chest. As far as this mod's considered, there's not much to be said about it. As far as um, the Forgotten City, the Forgotten City is a little bit more of a like you wouldn't want to watch me play that. Like if you don't want it to be spoiled, if you like mysteries and stuff, the Forgotten City you should go watch. You should go find the Forgotten City mod for yourself and play it for yourself before watching me do it, because it is not as interesting if you watch someone else do it, especially since I know a lot about the Forgotten City. But we're gonna be here for a while, and we're not gonna be doing the Forgotten City for a bit. I have that mod. I have that mod installed, but it's currently disabled so that we don't run into it. I wanted to run into this one first, obviously for the storage, and I also wanted to finish the Aetherius magic. And here's Nandrol as full. We can see a broken part of the steam line there and there. We also can see some of the gilded walking around. There's a third one. We haven't found any pieces though. That's the part. That's the hard part. I think I can turn on, like, if I turn this on, then we turn that off, we'll notice we don't get quest markers. This mod is not going to give us quest markers. It's not going to help us out with finding this stuff. So I've got to search around. I know where some of them are, but I don't remember all of them. And obviously we're going to be dealing with the Gilded. And like I said, Sarah doesn't know this, but they're not going to stay down. So let's go this way. I think Sarah's thought process of finding these pieces is just going to be wandering around and hoping she can find them. She hasn't even found one yet, so she doesn't know what she's looking for. Oh, I don't want to fight you. Can we be friends,
I won't.
please?
No.
I guess not. So, a bit of information about what she meant with the Gilded when she was talking about how the three children's carving their names. The Gilded basically do not remember who they are. Their memories have been basically torn apart, and they've lost themselves to this process that they went through. We haven't really gotten much of an explanation of what they are yet, and I don't really know if we ever do. I know we do eventually. Well, okay. I know that we do eventually, but I don't know when, and I don't know exactly how. Um, I just know that part of the quest brings it up of what the Gilded are. I like these enemies though. It is kind of weird though that you can kind of do that and they go down. Um, but I do like the idea of these enemies. It's interesting to have a Dwimer enemy that actually speaks, even though they're speaking in, they're being weird about it and they don't really have any information. We are going to take some stuff, but we are, like I said, I'm kind of moving quickly because I, we have not found food yet, and that's a problem. Oh, did not mean to sit down. I'm also not going to be able to cut much of this out because obviously we've been here before. Once we've seen all of Nahandrosol, or whatever this place is called, I will start cutting out as I look for the rest of the pipes. But I'm going to keep most of it in for the beginning while we are initially searching for the pipes. Search over here because I know that there's at least one pipe section down this way. We don't have the... Oh god, I can hear one of them talking. Or I thought there was at least one down here. Might be wrong. Nope, there wasn't. Let's head back. But basically, yeah, I'll cut out some of this once we've explored a lot of this place, just so I can grab some of the pipe sections without, that I'll miss, because I know I'll miss some. This is always a little bit of a pain to try and find them all, but it is a fun little mod and an interesting little story. It has a lot of information. We're gonna stay out of them. We're gonna stay out of leaving this main section until I have to, just because I want to make sure I grab as much out of this main section as I can. Ooh, crap! Oh crap! No, 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 no! Ooh, that was close. I can die if I fall, so let's drop a quick save and keep moving. Might be brought back by Arc by RK, not RK. She might be brought back by the Dragon God of Time, but that doesn't mean that. So here we go. We found one section of the pipe, and we're actually near a section that needs to be fixed, which we're gonna go fix that one. There is this writing here, which there's glowing runes. Strange glowing text appears to say, "Try jumping," which it doesn't mean here. It means to jump down. We're not going to do that because I don't want to go all the way to the bottom yet. But there's basically there's like, I think that if you jump from here, you'll land in where the water is down there. But for now, we're just going to keep exploring.
It's crazy what you could have.
The good news is that we do kind of push them around, so they're not going to be in the same sections all the time. It might take her a while to figure out that they're actually coming back. When I first... I did not want to fall down here. I wanted to get to that pipe section. Let's see. Where are we now? Ah, crap. Well, at least I didn't... No, at least we didn't have to fall down. That's the other thing, even though I found a way, like, this is the thing I'm getting. If you guys could if any of you have any ideas of how to fix this, leave it in the comment section. Like I said, I am I'm recording far ahead of, where you guys are, but if you guys do have when I see it, I will try to fix it if you guys offer a possible fix for that. I think there are only 10 sections of pipe. I'm not entirely sure. We could craft the pipe sections, but it's not something that she has the skill to do right now, and I don't want to, and I don't really know even if I could grind my way up to it right now. Let's do potions real quick, just so that we don't die again. So we'll fortify health, and then we'll heal up to full. Where is... But yeah, like I said, it's not going to be... She might eventually get to the point where she starts to do some strategies to try and help herself with this. And as far as her repairing this, I'm guessing that Ludwig would have... Not Ludwig. That Lahar would have explained how to repair this stuff. Like, he would have explained to her how to do the metals and stuff like that. My guess is that she probably just... She's not really going to take the time to talk to them now. She understands that they're all just going to attack her, so she's just going to finish them off. I think I can get them from here. Yep. I'm going to down them as often as I can, even though I know they're going to come back. For one, because she doesn't know they'll come back, so there's no reason for her not to try downing them. There's another section. It's going to get easier once we find the pipe parts. So the pipe parts are what I'm looking for right now. And then I just have to follow the pipeline to the castle and to where it is down here that it's coming from. Much like I said before, Phenomenon is an overpowered spell, but I like it. I'm doing this more for the storyline than for the difficulty. And right now we're having issues with hunger, so let's go ahead and have a quick snack. Carrots, a little bit of cheese, a couple of apples. Full. If I had known about the food being such a problem, I would have brought a ton of food with me. It is probably a little disconcerting to her that they do act like they're alive, but she doesn't want to hurt them, but she also doesn't want them to hurt her. And she'll feel a lot less bad about this when she finds out they can get back up. But she's not a fool. She won't let the fact that she doesn't want to kill them stop her from protecting herself. Nope, that's just the scrap parts. I know where some of the parts are. I don't know where a lot of them are, though, is the problem. Like, I think there are some in that central spire, which we're going to go to the central spire next. So that bridge will take us to the central spire. So let's go back up, get to that bridge, and go check out the central spire. I don't know how long it takes them to resurrect. I'm guessing that the ones at the front might resurrect. This one might resurrect. Nope, he's still down. I also don't know if, like, Phenomenon might do something to him since it's a modded spell, but I don't think so. So, I'm just going to keep myself cautious. And then getting back up is pretty obvious. Um, oh, there's some parts right here. Two done. Oof. I am used to playing a character that at least uses light armor. Um, I have played characters that have used heavy armor before, but I'm not too used to playing a character that just uses robes. She might use armor eventually, at least light armor, but I haven't decided yet, and I really don't want her to switch over to that just because it would make her life easier. I'm going to take some of that. That stuff can stay in there. We might come through here and loot this eventually. We might not. Now that we have a house to keep stuff in, I'm more inclined to be a loot goblin. But I don't want to be overburdening myself just yet until the travel machine is fixed. Not to mention a few other factors of the house, not to mention the workroom itself. Here's another pipe section. And repair one more of the things. I will repair them as we find them, just because that does make it easier on me in the long run. I like the fact that it doesn't give me quest markers, but I do understand the thought process of wishing it did. Almost had it. It's on the far right. There we go. A scroll of blizzard, an amethyst, a dwarven dagger, and that's should have brought our chemical ingredients with us. She might bring them with her if she comes back down again, because before the house is fixed. Whoa. Okay, this is... She's never seen one of these, but this is pretty much a normal Dwimer. Oh crap. I can't move. Phenomenon is a lot better against the Gilded than it is against these things. These things don't get back up, thankfully. More might show up, but they don't get back up, so that's pretty useful. Yes, and the Hall of Elements is pretty much the central plaza of this entire dungeon. There is quite a bit to this dungeon. We will be seeing quite a lot of it. Each section has a different reason to go there eventually, either for the parts that we need to repair this pipeline, or for storyline purposes later on. Much like I said, there is more to this than just that. I know that there's an ability that makes spells more powerful with the undead, and I know that'll affect me since I'm a vampire. So I'm looking forward to getting that, but I'm not going to particularly aim for it directly just yet. Trying to figure out where we haven't been and where I could go. Let's go down this way. I know that this section is a place that we can find some more parts. Not just sitting out here, but... That skills camp scared me for a moment because I thought we had died. Because I knew that we were getting close to it. Another level up. We will go and probably... We might go back to the house at some point to rest. Depending on how tired she gets. She does have that whole... she doesn't have a lot of food right now, so she's trying to do this quickly. If I do have to turn on... if I do have to turn off survival in order to survive, I will, but I'm trying to keep it on just because I don't want to turn it off. Too bad we can't just eat mushrooms. I don't know if there's any food down here though. Like, Like I said, I don't think this mod planned on me having survival mode on, and so I don't think it planned on me needing to eat. Getting a little bit of their inner workings right there. We'll see a little bit more of that in the later part of this, story. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and eat some of the salmon steak. That'll fill us up quite a bit. Not a lot, though. We gotta eat these red apples. The other thing about eating this is that it's going to help us get rid of our hunger, and it's going to help us get rid of our weight. Not that our weight's a big issue right now. Thanks to having a place to actually keep our stuff now, it's actually making it a lot easier. There we go. Down another one. There's another one over there. Again, Sarah probably doesn't want to kill them. She probably feels like this was like it's rude to Lahar and Lamashtu, although they don't seem like they have too much of a concern about it. Let's see. Go over there and get down further, or you can go up to there and use the elevator. There's another one. The faster I can take them out, the better, because then I don't have to worry about fighting them. Rise of Magic is still active. We're almost close to the end of the first episode. I might just put those other journals of Ludwig into a different video. Fortify Enchanting. Blessing of Giulianos. Wow, that's still active? I'm surprised. Rise of Magica. Spell Absorption. Can't tell if I still have the carry weight bonus. Or if I still have I should say that I still have the Magica regen. Because that's what I really did it for, was the Magica regen. Hungry again. Like I said, I am trying to control how much of my food I'm eating. So I'm not going to eat my food unless I know that it's not going to fill me to full. I don't want to fill myself to full because then that's wasted food. Okay. It is something she would have had to have dealt with having survival on. She needed to worry about food, but like I said, I don't think that this was planned, so I don't know if she could even survive. I don't even know if it's possible. So we're going to see if it is. If it isn't, then that's fine. Probably would have been possible if I had brought more food with me. I have found that I'm really enjoying playing with survival mode on. I used to think it was a pain, but I'm actually enjoying it. So I might do this more in the future. And if I do, I will remember this for when I come back down here with future characters. As I like doing this one because I like the gain of all the stuff you get. I make this. So, like I said, this is the forge that we can use down here to forge pipe parts. We don't have the knowledge of Dwimer forging though, so we can't forge the Dwimer pipe parts. I don't even know where they would be down here, because this menu is all messed up. But I would need Dwimer smithing. I don't even think I can see him because I don't have Dwimer smithing unlocked. And with Dwimer smithing, I'm pretty sure, if we look at our skills real quick, this is steel and bone meal. This is elven and chitin. This is scale plate and Nordic. This is ebony and stalrim. This is draconic and that. So is it to the right? No, no, no. Ballroom, Nordic and draconic. So it might be this. Oh, dwarven. Dwarven. So I could get, if I get to level 30, we could get it, but I'd have to get this first and then that. So it's going to take some work. I don't know if I can grind that much with what I have, because like it's going to take us more than just like it's going to take us a lot of work, because we don't have the necessary, we don't have freedom of having the equipment. If I could easily get myself up to level 30, I probably would, but like I said, I don't think it's going to be that simple. So we can't make the parts ourselves, so scavenging them is the only way. Here's 2 parts that need to be repaired. I can at least repair, I'm going to repair this one, just so that I could walk across this. I don't know if there's a pipe part over here. I thought there might be. No, there's a Dwimer chest though. Whoa. Okay, that's interesting. I've never seen this before. I have a mod installed that does um, add a bunch of weapons. Let's see. She might actually like this. I feel like she would love to have a mask like this. Let's see. Where is it? I also need to look and see if it's not classified as arming a weapon. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Okay, yeah, she's gonna wear that. She did. She was recently thinking about the fact that she needs to think about um, whether or not she's going to be able to do um, of how people will feel about her being a vampire, and this mask can hide her face. I'm gonna jump down. I'm gonna go ahead and melt down that big 25 weight ingot I just picked up, because I'm pretty sure it goes down into 5 ingots, so it's a fifth of the weight now. Like I said, I'll be trying to get what I need to craft the pipe parts myself, just to make it easier. But like I said, I don't think we're going to get to that point. I don't think we're going to have that much as far as um, the things are considered. But I'm not about to avoid an avenue I might be able to use. But, Gilded Cage, that's clever. But I'm over time, and we have a lot more work to do. Um, so far, we've explored a good portion of this inner chamber, so I'm probably going to start going ahead and exploring these outer chambers, probably heading to the mortal lair next. We're going to be exploring a bit more, but if you guys have enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. If you guys want to see more of my content, please hit that subscribe button. And I haven't said this yet, but please go download this mod. It is a lot of fun. It is a great player house. I would say it's probably one of the best player houses I've ever seen. And I will see you guys in the next video.